you're writing and you've directed this, so what was it about this story that you particularly wanted to explore?
Well, it was a seed of an idea that came really from Metrodome right at the beginning, and we discussed this incident that happened in the London riots where a group of youths had sort of marched through a certain city or town centre, and some ex-hooligans had taken to the streets to defend their territory, and it kind of threw up an interesting idea about the old school versus the younger guys and how they would react if they came up against each other. So that was the start point, and then from there we tried to make the story much richer and have sort of close relationships and build from there, really.
Did you always have yourself penned as being the director of the film? Was this the one, because you've produced a lot of films, so is this the one that you wanted to cut your teeth on?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've directed documentaries, so I hadn't directed any fiction films, but yeah, I was always looking to write and direct it, and I tried to write it in line with how I thought I was going to direct it.
And your sort of background is predominantly in music?
No.
Well,
sports.
Yeah. But you're working with a lot of musicians in this, because you've done the like Robbie Williams.
I've done a few of those, TV shows. I mean, slightly less of us. I run a company with a group of other guys, and they're much more involved in that stuff. I do more kind of the sporting stuff. But yeah, I've worked with sort of different talent, and working with someone like Harley from the music world and crossing him over into films was a real experience. It was great. He was unbelievably good and brilliant to work with. I think he'll surprise a few people in the film because he's really good.
Well, what made you want to go down that route as opposed to choosing other actors that would be as well, just as capable?
Well, I knew Harley better than I knew most people. He was a good friend of mine, and he asked to come and read for the part really before I was ready to send it out to anyone. So when he came and read for it, he was so good off the bat that I never saw anyone else. So kind of the decision was made for me by him being great and it happening quite early. So he was actually the first person signed on to the film.
And what have you yourself taken away from making this film?
Well, it's been an amazing experience for me to cross over from documentaries to fiction film. It's a different medium and it's a different challenge, but one that I really enjoyed, and hopefully I can do more of those in the future.
Did you enjoy working with the actors?
Yeah, I loved it. I really loved it. It's very different to working with talent in a documentary. But yeah, I felt we kind of had a very collaborative kind of system, and I don't think I was too preachy to them. I knew what I wanted from them, but I think to get the best out of actors is to give them a sort of wide berth to do their thing. So yeah.